Good evening. For 50 years, Roe v. Wade guaranteed a constitutional right to an abortion.
The U.S. Supreme Court's ruling 2 years ago to overturn the landmark decision shifted that legal battle back to the states.
This November, South Dakota voters will take up Constitutional Amendment G. It would essentially restore a woman's right to an abortion in the state. KELOLAND's Tom Hansen looks at what people will be voting on and hears from both sides.
A yes vote supports a state constitutional right to abortion in South Dakota, using a trimester framework for regulation. During the first trimester, the state would not intervene in a woman's pregnancy or decision to abort. During the second trimester, the state may regulate abortions, but only for the physical health of the pregnant woman. And during the third trimester, the state may prohibit an abortion except when medically necessary. Senator Mike Rounds tells KELOLAND News that he is against Amendment G.
Personally, I will vote no, and I would simply, with all due respect to the citizens of the state, ask them to also vote no and not put this into the Constitution. There are things that occur scientifically, medically, that you can address when you put things into statute. But if you put it into the Constitution, you can't modify it by legislative action.
Former state lawmaker Nancy Berry, who helped launch the amendment, says the current abortion ban approved by lawmakers in Pierre isn't what South Dakota voters want.
Well, our current ban is extreme. There's not even an exception for rape and incest. There's not an exception for the health of the mother. South Dakota voters twice before have rejected bans like that. And Senator Rounds and all the rest of the political crowd around him, they know full well South Dakotans don't want this.
Rounds says he believes we should always do whatever we can to save lives.
That means the mother's life, but it also means the child's life. And when you allow, as this does, with the way that it's written, for abortions to be performed in the third trimester, that's something that the vast majority of the people of South Dakota would say, that's not what I thought this was all about.
Berry says in 52 years, South Dakota has never had an abortion at or near birth.
Here's why. If a woman is approaching the end of her pregnancy, she's near term, and for some reason her health or life requires that the pregnancy be ended, doctors don't abort the fetus, they deliver the baby. And to suggest otherwise is really kind of insulting to both the medical profession and to the women of South Dakota.
The issue brings up strong opinions on both sides. South Dakota voters will vote on Amendment G on November 5th. Tom Hansen, KELOLAND News.
Minnesota's current law includes constitutional protections for abortion. Iowa's abortion law bans most abortions after around 6 weeks of pregnancy, with some exceptions.